So Batman's going to straight up torture somebody now.
Okay.
All right.
That's an introduction.
Yeah. He's going to just go and do it. So here's how this goes down. Okay.
Yeah, how's that?
Batman, there's this guy who's somehow connected to Flash, who obviously is connected to Loeb, who's obviously connected to Falcone.
Sure.
And this
it's
guy,
a tangled web. We get it. Yeah.
So this guy is, he's out on parole, and his lawyer's like, stop drinking, blah, blah, blah. Stop doing cocaine. They're going to do drug tests. They're going to get you. He's not out on parole. He's out on bond, right? Bail.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
And he's like, I'm never going to talk. They're never going to get me. I got to celebrate. We just got out on bond. We're good. Blah, blah, blah. Don't worry. It's going to be fine. And his lawyer's like, whatever. His lawyer's clearly one of the connected lawyers into the crime family.
Sure.
Right?
A little foreshadowing. Nothing will happen.
Yep. Batman is scaling the building.
Of course.
Yeah. As he's saying all of this. Right?
Oh, man.
So Batman's scaling this building. And you get probably one of the craziest, coolest scenes besides the one that we read out earlier with the book narrative. You get, he breaks in after this guy's left alone. Lawyer leaves, breaks in, guy shoots him. Batman either dodges the bullets or they hit his cape, which you get the idea that his cape's purpose is to also kind of like make him appear bigger so you miss.
Sure, kind of like I know you don't read much Marvel, but Punisher having the Kevlar vest and the skull being on his chest is to make people aim at the skull.
Right.
Similar idea.
Yeah.
Because he's wearing Kevlar or some sort
Later
of armor.
on, the bat symbol. This is not year one, but the bat symbol is the most armored part of his chest later on.
That makes sense.
Because it's the one you would want to aim for.
Sure, of course, yeah.
Anyway, so he breaks in and he's like, bullets don't hurt me. And he's like grabbing the guy and like pinning him down, beating the crap out of him. And he has him like harmonized on top of him. And he's like, bullets don't hurt me.
Love this.
Your fists do nothing. I can't feel, I can't be harmed, but I know pain. And he's like grabbing the guy's fingers and he's like, sometimes I like to share it. Like he's just intense.
Real dark here.
Yeah. Like real gritty. You get the idea that he tortures the crap out of this guy. And he's not like, give me information. He's just like, you're going to talk. And he gives the guy the most frightening experience of his life because he wants to be scarier than Falcone.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
I'm in.
yeah.
I like this.
Yeah. So the guy's like, I'm talking. I'm telling everybody everything. I'm going to tell everything on Flash. I'm going to tell everything on whatever you guys want to know. Blah, blah, blah. And no one can. His lawyer's like, oh, you shouldn't talk. He's like, I don't care. Nope. Blah, blah, blah. So much so.
To draw a parallel to our last video.
Yeah.
This is Gore the God Butcher torturing a god of torture.
Yeah.
I made him give up his location of his wife and children.
I would love
Batman's
to see
that good.
Batman and Gore go head to head. That
Just
would be
torture
awesome.
session between
Just
the two
like,
of them.
who
Okay,
can-
your turn now.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn.
Because Batman survived like, millennia being endlessly tortured by the Joker and was kind of just like a tiny bit mentally scarred from it.
Yeah.
And his whole thing is fear. So can he do that?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's so much so that an assassination attempt occurs on the guy who's going to testify.
Oh, wow.
He's getting his stomach pumped of the poison. And he's like, I don't care. I still want to talk.
Woo!
Yeah.
That is intense. I love that.
That's the fear.
I love my favorite thing
puts
about
in.
Batman, and I really don't read much. I know I'm like the guy who doesn't know much. I've seen a few things, of course. It's like I don't read DC at all. But like the whenever they allude to Batman being so good at torturing people that anyone will listen to him, it's like so great.
The
like
interrogation.
Man, that makes it so much fun. Like whatever he said must have meant something.
Yeah.
They did that once in the Justice League TV show from like the early 2000s, where like Batman walks off, says one thing to the guy, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, I'll talk." I don't know if you remember that, but I was like, "That's great."
No, I have to rewatch.
Yeah, another kids show I watched. But
yeah. So now, side note, James is born. James Jr., future serial killer.
Really?
Full psychopath. Gordon's kids. Frank Miller didn't decide this, but some other writer comes along and they're like, I got to do something with something. Maybe he's a psychopath killer. I don't know.
Sure.
Or maybe two writers do that. There are two storylines where that happens.
Yeah, sure. There's lots. I mean, you take something from before, make a twist on it, drives the fans.
What other
mad.
character are we missing? This guy, great. This guy's going to be something.
Yeah, it feels like it's good for the fans too. They're like, oh yeah, that thing. Connections. Fans love connections.
Yeah. So now Batman is on top of the Falcone house. Right? And he's just waiting. And he's listening. Right? He's like, what are these guys talking about? And they're talking about, the junior or the nephew or the son or something. Roman is his name. I don't remember the connection. But he's like, yo, I'll take care of it all. Don't worry. Blah, blah, blah. I got this. Gordon's not going to be a problem. It's done. This, that, the other. And Falcone... Carmine is like, no, you don't get it, all right? There's things we got to do. There's plans we got to make, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you what the plan is. Batman's like, sweet, I'm going to hear it, right? Boom, Selina Kyle shows up. She gets caught robbing him, right? And
Damn you, Selina Kyle.
They're like, you must work for the Batman, right? Because she's dressed up as a cat. And she
rhyme.
Exactly. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, watch me kill your favorite cat. It's the line from the Joker. So, yeah, I think it's the Joker. So it might be somebody else. But
Riddler?
Anyway.
It sounds like a Riddler thing.
Yeah. Twinkle, twinkle, little cat, watch me kill your favorite bat. I'm pretty sure it's the Joker. Or whatever it is. Vice versa that. So the point is she shows up. She starts fighting. Batman's like, great. Now I don't get to hear what the plan was, right? And then he starts fighting with her, and they kind of take these guys out, but there's no like romantic connection or bond like there is in the movie or anything like that. It's just like strictly professional.
Yeah.
Okay. So that happens. Batman's back in his studies talking to Alfred. He's doing one-handed push-ups as he's doing this. And he's like, okay, he's not going to kill him because that was clear. Because he was like, you don't get it, son. Don't kill him. Right? I don't know why. Falcone sounds like a weasel in my head. So this is how he's going to talk. You don't get it, son. Don't kill him.